once you get these foot placements right, and they're learning to pull from their chest and come this way with the throw, then you're ready to add what we call the one-step throw. This is the standing throw. The center of gravity is directly underneath you here. Now, if you go to the one-step throw back here, the center of gravity changes, and now it's sitting under here. This is where your center of gravity takes off. Once you get comfortable with this, and you can get the line of flight here, 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 and then back here, and remembering now there is no wrist movement whatsoever in the Javelin. A lot of people take the wrist, they cock it back, and then they throw it. The most important thing is that when you bring the Javelin back, your wrist actually slightly closes, like this, versus being open. Now the point's out to the side, you close the wrist, it brings it into line. So that's very important. So now when we're ready to go, we bring the right foot straight back. Draw back the Javelin, throw, and follow through. Everything stays the same. Here, back, throw, and follow through. You step up, square, shoulders are square, point line of sight, line of left hand, bring the foot back straight so you're balanced, center of gravity is underneath you now. Bring the Javelin straight back this way. Throw and follow through. Now that we're into this, and now we're going to start bringing the foot back. When you bring this back, this left arm, or the reason that it's pointing out this direction, is that this is going to start the motion or the stretch across the shoulder, which is actually going to drive and accelerate the Javelin over the top. So this becomes the actionary side of the throw, and this stays relaxed and you get stretch reflex across the shoulder. That's the whole emphasis on pulling a Javelin and not throwing it. Everybody tries to push, throw, versus pulling from here, hitting this. That's the C position. This part here, in the C. No elbow bend whatsoever. We have everything correct. We have the Javelin sitting in the right position. Left arm pointing at target, point pointing at target, eyesight pointing at target. And the Javelin is level to the ground. You're pointing at horizon or slightly below horizon, depending on what your line of sight is. You must always have a target to aim at. To draw back the Javelin, making sure that the Javelin doesn't move in either one of these areas, stays as close to eye level and close to parallel to the ground, like this. Not like this, off to the side, and where you're playing with your wrist. From here, straight back here. When you master this technique, you will be able to throw any object further with more accuracy while reducing stress on the joints, ligaments, and tendons. Whether it's baseball, football, or javelin throwing, you will be able to throw much better with less stress on the body. The most important thing for the beginner javelin thrower to understand is that they have to aim at the target, at the orange part with the little man inside the target. Most kids tend to want to start the arm motion before they've learned to line up the javelin, like that throw, versus getting it correctly lined up, following through, and hitting the target. First, get your feet positioned well, and your left hand at the target. Line it up, throw, and follow through. As you can see, most kids want to leave the point off to the right